Let's go!
I have something to add to some of this Alex stuff because I've actually played him. Unfortunately, you can't really go into a ton of crazy in-depth gameplay stuff. We don't even have the training mode or anything like that, but I did play a few matches and he seems really fun. I want to see what's in this video. Character guide Alex, and I'll sort of walk through a few of the elements in here.
Okay.
Power character that gets in on opponent's face and brutalizes them with powerful attacks, right? So, Alex is a stance character, straight up. He's never been a stance character before. He's a stance character now. I can tell you that without even watching the rest of this video, based on my playtime with him. It's just a lot, and it's one main stance that he has. Control of space with long-reaching attacks using forward-moving attacks to close the gap quickly. Yup. He does not like Gen. Gen has multiple stances. He has one. Or have options from power stance to break down your opponent's defenses. Yeah, he's a stance character, like, I would hate to compare him to Tekken 8, but yeah, like, in a way, he's about entering stance and engaging mix-ups. That's sort of what he do. He's a little bit closer to Marduk, yeah. It's a different game, though. This game, you have parries and shit. Slashing elbow, easy to combo into ways. Light version of combo from light attack. Yeah, he has good light hit confirms. Hey, it pushes back. Wow. Didn't know that. Wider arc and reach combos from medium attack. Make sure to give them business with it. You can connect the attack. You can transition into Prowler stance. You can transition. What? Wow. Wow. Holy shit. Cool. Didn't do that. Lunging swing. Turns the opponent around. Okay, so this is heavy flash chop, which is godlike. It's like plus on block as well. Yeah. Godlike. Fireball forward H. HP. And it's back turned. So Alex entirely has a gimmick. In all of the games he's in, he can engage you from back turn and heavy flash chop flips you around. So the whole point is that he gets options from back turn. Yep. And I think it got really good Oki off that. Yeah, it's the orchestra version. Oh, sorry, instrumental. Wow, cool. Yeah, this hits on standing. It was very good. The computer was doing this to me like crazy. It was an anti-air. But also he was doing it after like crouching light kick, crouching jab. And I was like, damn, bro. His damage was very high. He had good damage. AI was doing some nutty ass things to me. This looks cool, and you get mad Oki. Yep. Power bomb. He shockingly does not have that many moves intrinsically. DP, which is that one you saw, he had flash chop and he had power bomb. I would think that was literally it. However, from stance, like an absolute shit ton of things he can do out of stance specifically. He really wasn't that much harder to use than I thought he would be. But doing all the things out of stance, there's just so much. Yeah, these are all the same. Bomb! Can't wait for Dudley and Makoto. I hope they're in the next season, dude. Any downside to stance? You could not cancel into it very easily. It was like a couple of attacks. Like if you just wanted to do any buttons into stance, you couldn't. It had to come from certain things. You can't block in stance and you can't just freely willy-nilly get to stance. You had to either enter it in neutral or enter it from very specific attacks. I think it was down HP on Alex was one of them. I'd have to go back and check. You could not enter stance from everything, you know? So sick looking. Like, and for that reason, like, once you fight against Alex, you'll understand a bit more where to look out for his stance pressure and what he can do out of stance. Because if he can enter it from anywhere at any time, he would probably be way too powerful. After flash chop, after like he can do an entry, after specific normals, he can do an entry. You know when to look out for it. God damn. I did tell Capcom when I was trying him out, I was like, this is like the most expensive character in this game. They were like, he has a lot of animations. Every single time I saw a new round, I'm like, I'm seeing new things after an hour. Like, what is happening, dude? Like, this is like the most expensive character in this game. They're like, yeah, probably. Like, he's got a lot. Hunting with Prowler stance. You'll go into a low profile with a truckload of options to choose from. They're not lying. All these options are wicked good. You get to stuff like sneak through defenses and others that will overwhelm anyone. They ain't easy to master, but put in the grind and train and you'll be an expert in no time flat. You can move forward and back. Yep. You can control this one, yeah. Jesus. Yup. Get armor on some stuff. They put its charge moves into stance instead. Yes, they are unique stance buttons. Stance into button, they do some of the charge moves. You gotta tame the beast if you want to succeed. You can enter the stance from a neutral stance, but you can also cancel certain attacks into power stance. So this is what I was talking about. It isn't everything. It's very specific moves. Flash axe, overdrive flash chop into target combo to score a knockdown. Transition into Prowler stance. Yeah, he's a Snowball character. I mean, I get it. Street Fighter 6 is already a snowballin'-ass Snowball game, but still, like, the same thing happens with Zangief. They're trying to give him opportunities to get in. He sort of fits with the design of the game a bit more, where he might not need to spend drive gauge to just get in on your ass. Not nearly as much as everybody else, where it's like, yeah, it's all about a knockdown, drive gauge, drive rush in, do shit. They're trying to make it so that he spends his meter in other ways. But yeah, he fits with the design of Street Fighter 6. Very snowball-y. Yeah, Prowler ducks fireballs. Snowball, please explain. Starts off as a small thing, and as it cascades down, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger, you win. Once the snowball gets to a certain size, you win. A snowball character or snowball game design is that once you change the tide of battle, one change of momentum, that momentum can keep rolling and snowballing into crazy damage. Yeah, Manon is this way. A lot of characters in Street Fighter 6 are sort of designed that way. A lot of the game systems benefit that. Phoenix Wright? No, not necessarily. Phoenix Wright's a gimmick character. He relies on his gimmick to win. Reaching Spear. They did not show... It didn't feel like they showed all the options out of stance. At least to me. It felt like there was way more things he can do out of stance. At least to me. I think they might have shown most of them. So, one of his supers does a wall splat. I think it might be his level 2. If you do it, somehow it was doing wall splats. And you could get more combos after level 2. I was like, what the shit? What is... Dude, there's a chance. It is an airborne opponent to smack them against the wall. Yeah, it's got like a different animation. There you go. Yeah. Dude, the computer did the craziest fucking combo to me after this shit. The level 7 CPU, I barely could get a few rounds on because I was also using Alex, but my god, dude, did the most insane fucking combo to me. We'll look it up after this. This is some Scott Steiner math, yeah. And you can do super after this. Yeah, what is that? What is this shit, dude? What is this shit? First time I saw the AI do this to me, I was like, what the fuck? You command grabbed into super? Shut up! What the hell? What? Excuse me? God damn. By the way, let's just give another shout out once again. I also told the Capcom guys this. I'm like, I'm giving Kenny Omega mad props the next time I see him because I'm like, Kenneth, my dude, you got a Final Fantasy VII reference into Street Fighter 6. You're the first bitch to get an FF7 reference into Street Fighter. My man. I'm like, give this guy like a high five or some shit. My man, he did it. Kenneth Omega Man the 5th. Thank you, sir. Alex is canonically a Final Fantasy VII fan now. He was so inspired by Sephiroth. Bro's waiting for part 3 just as much as us. So dumb. This had, I didn't even get to see all the animations here. This is a different one, yeah. Yeah, he's got so many finishers. They're all submissions too. They're showing a lot good. I think this was the one in the trailer. This might be one of the weaker ones, funny enough. Yeah, and this is the finisher. If he kills you via a submission, this happened several times when the computer did it to me. He just sits there and looks at you. He just like hangs. And he hangs for a long time. It's like, whoa, holy shit. Chill, man. He says nothing and just stares at you. Yeah, he's very cool, dude. But the cool part from my impressions of the time that I've played him and from this video is that he's got some complicated shit, but he's also not that hard to use. It looked like he was about to be ridiculously weird and ridiculously complicated. They genuinely changed him up. Like, Alex is not the same Alex as he always has been. They turned this bitch into a stance mix-up character. And that is not the same. Like, that is not old slap chop Alex from before. Alex had to be very careful in almost every single game he was in where he can like put buttons and shit like that. Eventually in 5, he got a lot better as time went on. He lines up with Street Fighter 6 gameplay design more than ever before. Like, they really gave him a very big change up. I feel like he is going to be the king of this game. There's just so much appeal. Like, he's so freaking cool. Yeah, I was very impressed. I definitely wanted to play more of him by the time I was there. And I was like, I need a training mode, dude. Jesus, man, there's so much shit to do.